So in the last tutorial, we roughly went over the basic steps involved in an R&D problem solving process. So the first step was problem identified, which required uh, knowledge, root cause analysis skill. And then the next step was problem solving. When the problem solving becomes a project, then we know the constraints. We have constraints, which are time and budget. And then the next step is we do research to find out available solutions of similar problems, and that requires knowledge, research, research capability, research capabilities. It requires us to be methodical. It requires us to be methodical and goal oriented so that we don't lose our track, right? And then we come up with a list of solutions, and then we brainstorm to narrow down those in terms of the constraints, which are time and budget. So for this, we need to have. Let's delete this. This is also another difficult step, I would say, not so simple step where brainstorming requires obviously knowledge. It requires uh, technical knowledge, technical knowledge knowledge of uh, knowledge of constraints, scopes, and also probably vision, and another thing would be experiences. So this step, which is go down. This step, which involves brainstorming to narrow down the list of solutions that we have come up with, it's really important that we have the technical knowledge to actually give those options, all the options, deep thought, and do a thorough analysis. So yeah, technical knowledge, and obviously, so we can add analytical skills. So we would require analytical skills as well. And then we need knowledge of constraints or scopes. So we already know what constraints we have, basically time and budget, but also we have other constraints like our facilities that I mentioned in the previous lecture, the previous tutorial, where we have a certain level of knowledge, we have certain level of certain we have a limitation on our facilities that we can utilize for the project, for solving the problem. So we have to consider all of these to consider the scope of our project, and then we can omit out many of those options that initially seemed promising, but right now those would appear to be less promising, or less feasible. So we will need to have vision. Vision means which one we need to see the path through each option, like how that is going to be done, how that process is going to flow, and that is more can is determined by the by our vision, and also experiences. So have we done similar projects before? So if I haven't done this project before, I'll have to actually get someone who has similar experience so that that person can provide feedback and show and tell us the challenges. Because even though the so say I start with 10 different solutions, and then at this point when we brainstorm, and it seems to be like five options seems to be feasible in terms of the like all the limitations or constraints we have, but still like we're seeing that we're having a vision that this is possible, but that again, like the pathway through which we are gonna go through to achieve those projects in due time also requires a lot of knowledge on like what are the challenges we are gonna be facing in the way, so that the challenges that we will be facing and how to solve those, how to tackle those, this comes more with the experiences. So if I haven't done that, obviously I have to go through that, but getting things done within due time will be challenging. So it's important to actually utilize someone's experience. So here the point of collaboration comes where we would need to delegate stuff, we would need to divide stuff to uh, get certain things done by someone who has done that before, or sometimes we also need to get direction so that uh, we don't go to a we don't go to a different direction that we're supposed to go towards. So this is a really challenging step because for this one we will really need someone's experience or our experience which actually is really a valuable resource or asset in the whole process. Uh, so this is also can be challenging, this step to make it successful. And then the next step would be brainstorm with other engineers. Yeah. So this, I think like these two projects, this can be like merged together somewhere down the list of projects in terms of yeah, this is more like both these projects, even though we do it in a like two-step process where we brainstorm to come up with options and then we get feedback from others. These two steps are really similar, and these fundamental requirements are they belongs to both of these steps. And then when we successfully complete all these steps, we end up those few options where we can invest our time to come up with the ultimate solution. So problem identified, that's the critical step. So let's just color it. Just find it one, two, not 22, just two, three. This is I'm gonna color as well because uh this one is so I'm gonna be coloring those steps that are most difficult or most challenging in the whole process. So step one, step three, uh, four, five, six. This is gonna be colored. This is gonna be colored. This is gonna be colored. This is not gonna be colored actually. This is okay. So quickly making a presentation doesn't take time. So that's it. So this is basically the R&D problem solving process. So this can be considered as a flow diagram where we have if so so when we are delegated or when we are assigned an R&D problem solving process, how good we are at solving it really depends on these colored steps. Firstly, how good we are at identifying the problem. Identification of the problem requires a lot of knowledge, so that's why it's important that we have deep theoretical knowledge, and we have technical knowledge, we have hands-on knowledge, and we have root cause capability. And then also, like, we need to know how to uh, do research to find out solution, to find out available solutions of similar problems. And for that, we need knowledge, of course. We need research capabilities that we develop over times through academia or working in industry, and we have to be really methodical. We cannot. We have to follow a certain track to reach our goal, and that's what the goal oriented also comes along with. And then it's also important to successfully brainstorm to narrow down the list of the solutions, considering all the constraints. And also, we need experiences from the experienced researchers or engineers who can provide feedback